The extent people are going through to taint my name as a mother.
Because tell me how you've been sitting on the internet, making combative videos, bragging about how hard you're working, how hard your man is working. You've gone viral a couple of times. How are you getting evicted? How have you been sitting on lives, smoking drugs, bragging about your PS5 and your mood lights and all the great stuff that you're getting for free while you're making money off of TikTok and getting evicted? How do you do that? Where's the TikTok money? I thought that they were getting up out of there. They were doing all this to make themselves upwardly mobile. Where is it? Where's that upward mobility? Where's that gone? You've been getting paid by TikTok. We also know that you've been getting a lot of other benefits, and your crusty fans have been buying all of your stuff for free on TikTok. So why are you getting evicted? Where's the money? Someone just done that up. The whole thing stinks. It doesn't add up. The whole thing is gross and crusty, and I'm just sad for the kids, because that's who's going to suffer in this, right? Like, the kids are the ones who are going to lose out in this eviction.
And that's the thing, is like, I realize like some followers are going to come from an understanding, like, I just kind of curious, they're not trying to be judgmental point of view, and we do want to be open and communicative with those people, so we try to give answers, but at the same time, when you know, it's not like you want to share all of your life. It's not actually how it works.
The Jenkins family, known online as the resilient Jenkins, has become a hot topic of controversy, not because of their resilience, but due to their questionable choices and skewed priorities. Stephanie Jenkins, the matriarch and public face of their TikTok account, has turned her family's struggles into a widely scrutinized online narrative, blaming critics instead of addressing her role in the crisis. This unfolding story dives into the chaotic reality of negligence, misplaced focus, and the consequences of prioritizing online clout over responsibility. Let's get into it.
So I just got some somewhat discouraging news, to say the least, and I really just feel like it's the devil just trying to get in my head and stop me in my tracks when I'm starting to feel like God's plans are unraveling for us.
On January 7th, the Jenkins family's residential eviction case was officially filed. The scheduled hearing on February 19th could determine their fate, leaving their children's living conditions in limbo. For any mother, the prospect of eviction would spark immediate action, a scramble to find new housing, explore financial options, or at least provide reassurance to her children. Yet, Stephanie seems remarkably unfazed. Instead of facing the crisis head on, she's taken to TikTok to lash out to those expressing concern, framing the situation as an invasion of her privacy rather than addressing its implications for her family. In her recent TikToks, Stephanie's frustration isn't with the looming eviction or her partner Drew's lack of financial contribution, but with the public for snooping into her life. She's branded her critics as bored and obsessed with her personal business. Yet, many commenters are quick to point out that the court documents revealing her eviction were public records, readily accessible to anyone. No deep sleuthing was necessary. The information was already in plain sight. Instead of acknowledging the reality of her circumstances, Stephanie deflected blame, portraying herself as a victim of online hate and denying any accountability for her current predicament.
The extent people are going through to taint my name as a mother.
Because tell me how you've been sitting on the internet, making combative videos, bragging about how hard you're working, how hard your man is working. You've gone viral a couple of times. How are you getting evicted? How have you been sitting on lives, smoking drugs, bragging about your PS5 and your mood lights and all the great stuff that you're getting for free while you're making money off of TikTok and getting evicted? How do you do that? Where's the TikTok money? I thought that they were getting up out of there. They were doing all this to make themselves upwardly mobile. Where is it? Where's that upward mobility? Where's that gone? You've been getting paid by TikTok. We also know that you've been getting a lot of other benefits, and your crusty fans have been buying all of your stuff for free on TikTok. So why are you getting evicted? Where's the money? Someone just done that up. The whole thing stinks. It doesn't add up. The whole thing is gross and crusty, and I'm just sad for the kids, because that's who's going to suffer in this, right? Like the kids are the ones who are going to lose out in this eviction.
What's most troubling is Stephanie's insistence that the public's concern equates to harassment. Critics argue that this reaction is a deliberate attempt to shift focus away from her own neglect. By accusing others of being invasive, she's managed to sidestep the bigger question: why hasn't she taken proactive steps to secure her family's future? The eviction isn't a sudden event, it's the culmination of months of financial instability and poor decision making. But instead of addressing these issues, Stephanie appears more interested in maintaining her online persona, even if it's at the expense of her children's well-being.
You're like, close your damn eyes, get out of here, because it's my damn bedroom. Why are you in here? You know? You have your room. You have your stuff. I don't mess with it. I don't poke at you when you're trying to sleep. I don't come snatch shit out your hand when you're trying to eat it. Like, bro. Monkey see, monkey do. Bullshit.
Stephanie's reluctancy to confront her own role in the family's precarious situation reveals a deeper issue, a disconnect between perception and reality. While she spends her time curating an image of a relatable, hardworking mom, her actions, or lack thereof, tell a different story. The public's growing frustration stems not just from the eviction itself, but from the perception that Stephanie has prioritized social media drama over taking tangible steps to improve her family's circumstances. Each TikTok she posts defending herself further underscores this disconnect, leaving many to wonder whether she is more invested in her online persona than in solving the real problems threatening her family's stability. This crisis has also highlighted the stark consequences of living life so publicly. By broadcasting every detail of her family's struggles, Stephanie has invited a level of scrutiny that she now struggles to handle. Her claim that everyone is against her ignores the genuine concern many have expressed for her children. Instead of addressing the constructive criticism, she's framed it as a baseless hate, perpetuating a cycle of denial and deflection that leaves her audience and her family with more questions than answers.
And that's the thing is like, I realize like some followers are going to come from an understanding, like I just kind of curious, they're not trying to be judgmental point of view. And we do want to be open and communicative with those people. So we try to give answers, but at the same time, when you know, it's not like you want to share all of your life. That's not actually how it works.
Stephanie's response to the eviction case highlights a troubling pattern, ignoring her family's needs while focusing on trivialities. Commenters have pointed out that the money she receives from her followers and sponsors isn't being used to pay rent or improve her children's living conditions. Instead, it's being funneled into unnecessary purchases like a gaming chair for her partner, Andrew, aka Drew, who spends most of the time playing video games. This isn't just about a single indulgent purchase. It's emblematic of a broader problem. Drew's gaming chair has become a symbol of misplaced priorities in a household that deliberately needs stability. Critics argue that Stephanie's willingness to allocate funds to such non-essentials while her children's housing remains uncertain is a glaring example of her inability to manage her responsibilities effectively. The fact that Drew's primary contribution seems to involve hours spent in front of a screen only adds to the frustration felt by those watching this situation unfold. Stephanie's priorities seem entirely skewed. Instead of addressing her family's unstable housing situation, she's fixated on controlling the narrative around her life, crafting an image that deflects criticism rather than resolving the issues at hand.
I'm not at all shaming these people on how they live. They can live how they want to. However, when you put yourself in a situation where you refuse to work because one, child support of kids that you've created and decided you don't want, and you don't want the parents taking that for child support, That's fucking sick.
When faced with feedback, even constructive criticism, she dismisses it as hate, doubling down on her defiance. This refusal to engage with the reality of her family's struggles has only deepened the public's concern, further highlighting the disconnect between her online persona and her real-world responsibilities. Despite Stephanie's claims of being a target of hate, much of the public's commentary comes from a place of concern, particularly for the children at least. Critics aren't upset because Stephanie's family is struggling financially. They are frustrated by her refusal to prioritize her children's well-being. One glaring example of this neglect is her continued focus on social media drama rather than securing her family's future. Instead of channeling her energy into finding solutions, Stephanie spends hours creating content to defend herself against critics, fueling unnecessary online feuds. This distraction not only wastes valuable time, but also showcases a lack of agency about her family's predicament. Her failure to save money for rent or encourage Drew to find stable employment further exacerbates the situation, leaving viewers questioning her intentions. What makes this even more concerning is the perception that Stephanie's priorities revolve around preserving her online image rather than ensuring her children's basic needs. Many viewers wonder if she's more interested in keeping up appearances on social media than in taking meaningful steps toward financial stability. This dynamic, where performance takes precedence over real-world responsibility, continues to alienate those who initially supported her, shifting the conversation from sympathy to disappointment. Stephanie's most recent attempt to divert attention involved an alleged confrontation with the doctor. According to her, the doctor suggested birth control, which Stephanie interpreted as a personal attack. She claimed that the suggestion was an unwarranted intrusion into her personal life, and even speculated that the doctor might have been biased against her due to her online presence. However, many women have pointed out that discussing birth control during a third trimester checkup is standard medical practice, aimed at ensuring patients are informed about family planning options post-delivery. This incident underscores Stephanie's tendency to play the victim. Rather than using the interaction as an opportunity to reflect on her future and plan responsibly for her growing family, she chose to frame it as an affront for her autonomy.
Listen, you're finna hate me for this one, but this is my 5th child, okay? Gentle parenting don't do shit. I will not raise my kids with gentle parenting. You got me bent back sideways.
Y'all hate poor people. Don't nobody hate poor people. That's why I used to hate myself. Don't nobody hate poor people. I hate poor-minded people. And poor-minded people, they do not make sacrifices and they don't never have no solution. Poor-minded people always every month in the same situation.
The reaction further amplified public frustration, as it appeared to deflect from the pressing realities to faces, namely the lack of stable housing and financial security for her children. Critics argue that Stephanie's energy would be better spent addressing these urgent issues rather than turning routine medical advice into another source of drama. By doing so, she not only avoids accountability, but also detracts from the serious concerns about her children's well-being. One of the most troubling aspects of the Jenkins family's story is their reliance on handouts. Stephanie frequently receives free products from brands and generous followers, by the way, which she showcases on her vlogs. Recently, she shared that Mom Cozy sent her a bath kit for her upcoming delivery. While some see this as a kind gesture, others worry that it perpetuates Stephanie's dependency on external support. This isn't just that Stephanie accepts help, it's that she doesn't use it to improve her family's situation. Instead of leveraging these gifts to create stability, she and Drew seem content to maintain the status quo, even as their children's needs go unmet. Critics argue that this cycle of dependency only enables Stephanie and Drew's lack of initiative. The real victims in the story are the Jenkins children. They are living in a cramped one-bedroom apartment, a space that offers little room for growth or comfort, all while their parents remain caught up in the endless cycle of online drama and deflection. The looming eviction adds yet another layer of instability to their lives, raising questions about where they will go and how they will cope. Instead of addressing these urgent concerns, Jenkins, Stephanie, and Drew seem content to prioritize their digital persona over the well-being of their children. For those who wish to help, the solution isn't more a handout. It is encouraging the family to take steps toward self-sufficiency. Without a shift in priorities, the cycle of neglect and dependency will only continue, leaving the Jenkins children to bear the consequences of their parents' decisions. What do you think about this situation? Will Stephanie and Drew rise to the occasion and provide a better life for their children, or will they remain trapped in this cycle of denial and dependency? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and do not forget to like and subscribe to stay tuned for updates on this unfolding story.